it's so nice to have everyone join me. I had a lot of people join me last night, and I am excited to see how this grows and how many more people might join me tonight. Today I'm coming to you with a pattern that I have created, and it is a fabric pattern. I will have some of these for sale on my VIP group, and you will be able to buy these unstuffed and put the kits together. This will be my first time putting one together, so we will do this together, and you can help me decide what we're doing as we go along. So join in on comments. Please like, share, and comment my lives. First off, one of the transfers I'm using, the silkscreen transfers, is the holiday mini icons. We used that last night, but that's one way I could get these reindeers into this project, and I'm going to be using those on a tag. So let me show you a picture of those again. So here's the holiday mini icons. It has the tree, the peace, the gloves, the ho ho ho, the bird, the snowflake, the bells, the packages, the candy canes, and the joy. While you're sharing this, let me make certain that it's on my feed. So let me go there and check that out so I can share it with my groups. So if you'll just bear with me a minute while I pull this up, and in the meantime you can look at this image that I have up on the board. We are making a lot of things with this holiday mini icons. There's so many things you can do with this transfer. And I have had so much fun with it. So it looks like I'm live. Like I say, if you're on and I'm not seeing any comments yet, but give me a like, thumbs up, share my video, and we will just continue on. So let me get back to my view, and let's see, from here, let me put you to the switcher. Okay, now I should be in the corner, and it looks like I am, so that's good. Now I have a new setup. Let me see if I can move this and get it in the camera a little more. I could have maybe moved the camera this way, so I'm going to have to stretch tonight. Or let me move my camera a bit, and maybe we'll slide it this way and see what happens. And I don't have to stretch quite so far. And that actually makes it a little better for me. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Debbie. Long time no see. I feel like I need a bigger table, gals. So let me see what I've got going on here. Yeah, anyway, my new mat came. It's a glass mat. I'm excited to work on it. A lot of the crafters use this mat, and it's been out about a year, and so you can get it at some of the mostly online, but This was also at Joann's, so I ordered it off of there. Yeah, you couldn't get it in store, I don't think, but I think I'm gonna love it. And it's got the grids on it, and it'll still, you know, the Teflon will still be nice also. And there'll be times when I use the Teflon. It does have a little white Teflon. In fact, I can show you that. I moved it off the board for tonight till I figure out what I'm doing, because it's just kind of hanging around loose. I think if I just cut a piece of my other Teflon, it would just lay on here and not move around much. This is kind of laminated, so you could turn it on either side and use both sides. So, as many of you know, I have created patterns in the past, and I noticed that there's some cute fabric reindeer at some of the craft stores this winter, and other reindeers just seem to be really popular. So I decided I had to make a cute pattern. So if you decide you like this and you want to order the kit, everything will be sewn for you, but you will have to stuff it. You'll have to ink your parts and then put it together. So let me show you what we have. I have some different colors here. Right now I have 2 sets of each color. It comes with this large reindeer, and then there's some wooden feet, wooden dowels. So that's part of it. And when we get it stuffed and everything and the eyes on it, it'll be a little different. And then we're decorating it, of course, with embellishments. And I wanted blue because I'm doing all this blue in my house. So, along with my reds. So, there's the smaller one. So, it's got a large and a small. There's the large in the black and white buffalo plaid. And most of you probably have seen this, but buffalo plaid's the in thing this year. Everything rotates in a cycle, and it's come back. And buffalo plaid is a hit in everything. So there's the red and the black, the small red and black, the gray with the red and the black, and there's the bigger portion of that. I had that reversed. So tonight I want to use the blue ones. We could have used any color, but I want to do the blue. So to start with, I am going to get my batting that's right here beside me. And they're really hello, honey. And hello, Tanya, and hello, Teresa. So I just start taking pieces, and one of my favorite things to stuff stuffed animals with is this size 8, 5.0 millimeter, and I think it's a Susan Bates. It is, but any kind of a knitting needle. And I actually use this end a lot, even more than the pokey end. See how so you want to get one that has this little kind of plastic end. And I just start pushing my stuff up in there with that plastic end. If I need the other end, because sometimes you want to be careful with the point because you don't want to poke things. Then, these will be a little tricky because you have this little pointed nose. and it's kind of small, but we should be able to handle that. So I'm excited to see how these will turn out. Tanya wants to know if I can pin her comment. I don't know. Maybe she's asking her friend if she can pin it. The only thing I can do on this end is watch. Watch the comments go by. Hi Pam, how are you doing? Definitely a long time no see with you. You need to come back to Utah and visit. Oh, and I can put that on the screen, Tanya, the VIP group. Yeah, if you want to join my VIP group, comment, add me, and I'll add you to my VIP group. And then also, let me add that to the top a minute. If you want to just buy off of my site and not worry about being part of my VIP group and getting better specials in there on some things, it's the chalkcouture.com/Arlana Patton. So, and I'm going to put a little more in the neck because I don't want the neck to fall over. Stuffing the head's probably the hardest part of these because they're just so tiny. And it seems like you have so much stuff all over. You're trying to remember where you put everything when you're working on this stuff. My room's a work in progress. I think I'm tearing it apart and it's gonna get a redo because it's not working as good with my lives. So I gotta come up with a new solution. I have a couple of ideas in mind that I thought about today with some rolling containers I have downstairs, and I might take a table out of here that I have against my window and have these taller containers on the side of me that have drawers in them. And like last night when I wanted my pine cones for that one project, I could have reached in the drawer, one of the drawers, and hopefully pulled some of that stuff out. So that's kind of a thought. We'll see what happens. The other thing is if I had a table that didn't have the slanted legs where I could put my drawers, but I still can. They'll just have to stick out a bit. I got to figure that part out because I could put a couple of drawers on each side of me underneath here. Right now I have my cutters and that kind of stuff under there, but that might get moved. Yeah, Nancy, I can add you again. So I'll send you I can't actually add you, but I'll send you a new well, maybe you can just join yourself. Tanya's got the link there for you, so that's good. And so I'll figure that out and get you back in there where you can be added. So, can you guys see my reindeer? Let me get this off the screen. A couple of these things again. And then you can have more of a view of what I'm doing here. So let me move on to the small part. Now I could maybe glue that opening chat, but I do have a needle and thread here. I usually tend to do the needle and thread. So yeah, we'll get you added, Nancy. Oh, Tanya's trying again, so maybe one of these times it will work. And Tanya's the know-it-all when it comes to all this web stuff. In fact, I'll probably be asking her help with my YouTube, because I noticed it still had some paparazzi on there even though I had changed it, and I'm trying to get a different banner. I just want to do some changes and figure out how to get my videos over to the YouTube so that, and I'm thinking about doing, well, some of you know I have my other part of my business. Yeah, Tanya, I can do that. So I'll do that later and get you added. That'll be great. Thanks. Anyway, on my YouTube, I'll be doing different things. It won't just be the Chalk Couture. It'll be some of my sewing stuff and my embroidery. Just all kinds of crafts I do. I was thinking about having craft talks about supplies and things that I like and things that are popular right now. So I think that's what we're going to do. Because they like us just to keep it mostly with Chalk Couture stuff when we're selling the Chalk Couture, and when I'm doing my other stuff, I can do what I need to do for that and give suggestions. Then you'll know what I am using on some of this stuff that I do for Chalk Couture, some of my supplies and that. So I have almost got this little one stuffed too. Now, I see black thread here. I had both. Oh, here's my blue. Sorry, I'm reaching across the table. Like I say, you get just so much stuff here. And all you see is my arm. And Debbie, I don't know if you're still on, but I probably will sell the glass blocks finished. So if you would like to, and I haven't figured out a price on them, but I will work on the price and let you know. And if you're down this way, I don't really think I would ship the black or the blocks. So when you could, that's the way you could come see me, since you're not too far away from me, even though it is a ways. But you could come see me and let me know which one you want, and I could either make you a new one, or you could definitely buy one of the ones I have already made. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little blind hem here, and I stick the needle in there with the knot. And then I go underneath my little seam here. This might be hard to see on here. You might have to, sorry, and I didn't have it even in the camera. I could see that. Anyway, you go underneath the seam, you go over here and you just grab a little piece. You might have to search for a blind, like hem, or it's not a hem, but a blind stitch where you're just hiding your stitches. At least that's what I've always called it. And then you just pull it, and then you have to come back over and grab another little piece and just go back over and grab another little nip. You could just whip stitch it too. It's not really going to be seen underneath there by the time we add all our stuff. Yeah, this part's probably a little hard for you to see. Well, I'm going to move this out of the way. That would help. I keep catching my needle in that. So maybe Debbie didn't just said hi and had to go or something. So maybe she's not even there. I'll have to let her know. So then I just do a little whip stitch here and do it 2 or 3 times, and then I'll tuck it under. Now this needle I'm using is a doll needle. It's a long doll needle. And I can't live without those. In fact, I was thinking I needed to get a little more. But another 1 or 2 to have as a backup. Because right now I only have one. So that one's all ready. Hopefully you can see that. And then I was just thinking about some bells that I have here. Maybe my husband can come in because I forgot to grab my little bells, but they're in this tote that's close to me. He could come back in and maybe grab that tote for me. So I'm going to do the blind hem again on this one. If not, I'll just have to get up for a second and grab it. That's why it'll be nice to work on my setup a little better, because I got to be able to just get into stuff. So this tote, no, right here, honey. this tote over here, look in there and see if there's some tiny, no, right here. I think it's this one. It's either this one or that one. See if there's some tiny bells, green and red, like I used on the and sorry, gals, you probably couldn't even see that. Once I get this part done, it won't be so bad. So, if you, yeah, the ones like that are on there. If you can't find that, go out to the living room and see if you can find the Dollar Tree sack that has a whole bunch of those in it, and they're different sizes. I'm not going to need them for a few minutes. So, oh, sorry, you can't see what's going on again. I've almost got it. Like I say, this is probably the, and I was going to try and have at least one of these ready, and that didn't happen. Seems like you can't get everything done you want to get done. So, I've got those stuffed. Now maybe while we're at it, and I don't know if you guys have ever put eyes in. But these eyes need, the kind of eyes I bought need to be put on with a needle and thread also. So I have some black thread. I got bigger for the bigger reindeer, and I think that's what I'm going to use, and smaller for the small one. So let me see how that looks and works out. And Nancy, I'm glad you finally was able to get that figured out. So the bigger ones are 8mm, if you want to know that. And the smaller ones are 6mm. And I'm sure somewhere I have a zillion of these probably, but not certain where at this point. So we'll get this threaded here, and there just should be all different sizes of bells. No, those aren't bells. It's a Dollar Tree sack, honey. Well, in one of those totes, there's some more bells. And even down in that box, right there. You think you gather everything up, and then I remembered that was something I was thinking about adding, so I would like to have it here, because I might just add it to the tail. Even the little rusty ones that might be in there mixed in with that stuff. If I don't use the green and the red. Okay, so I'm going to add the eyes. And I would have used my doll needle because it goes through that stuff. That's the other thing. Okay, and then see if you can, I don't want the big ones. I just need that one size, but that's fine. If you can find the little bit smaller ones in the red and the green. So can you see that? That's pulling that eye. And then we'll add this other eye here. And if for some reason we don't decide I want those but want smaller and we haven't found them, I'll add that after and take a picture and show you. Yeah, the long doll needle would have been better because you got quite a reach there to go back and forth with. Okay, and then I'm just gonna push this through and up somewhere. You could go out a side, anywhere you want to go on that. If anybody new's on, be sure to say something to me. Let me know you're on. And yeah, just the whole sack over here on the floor. That'll be perfect. Oh, we found my bells, so that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. Thank you, honey. So I'm getting ready to do the small eyes on the small one. Gotta get this knotted up. Well, I pulled a little too much and it popped out, so we'll go this other way and not pull quite so tight. And then grab my one bead. I can see the other, they're just rolling around here. And my eyes are still real watery today with my sinuses, so that's just driving me nuts. especially when you're trying to craft. That doesn't work so well. I feel like everything's blurry here. I about got this one. We'll go back over here and out the other side. I think I'm going to tack it there just a little bit underneath there. Just to hold that. Okay, then I'll put my needle off to the side, and we are ready to start creating and making these fun. So here's the small and the big, and we'll just go on to this next step here. Oh, and some of you that were on and want my VIP special, I still didn't get it posted. I got it all ready, and then I forgot, and we was in a hurry to get things ready for the live here, so I'll get that posted and the prices on the transfers from last night. So let me grab a paintbrush here. I have this big one, and I will actually grab another one of my Teflon mats just because of the cleanup. I can just set that aside. So yeah, see, if I cut a piece of this, it kind of clings to this board. So I could cut it and put it in that white section. Or I can just grab a piece when I need it from underneath there. So my thought was, I've got a couple of different browns here. Well, I guess I just have this one pulled out. So this is what I was thinking about antiquing this brown a bit. And I didn't get that in here, so I may do that after. I have kind of a wash. This is for the legs. So that could always be added. And I may decide I want them a little darker, so I'm just going to paint these and set them off to the side. These are going to get hot glued in there underneath so that our reindeer will stand up. So the nice thing about the Teflon mat is they wash right off. So this makes it good because I can make a mess, and I can probably just take a baby wipe there, or a disinfectant wipe, and it'll just clean right up. I'm going to have to buy a huge supply of disinfectant wipes because we use those a lot with the chalk. So that's what you want to wipe your transfers down with after you've cleaned them good and you have them turned over and they've started to dry. Then before you put them on the backing, you want to wipe them good with the disinfectant wipe. I see a little spot that I missed there. Oh, there's another one clear up there. Like I say, my eyes aren't focusing as good as they need to be. So I've about got the big one done. I used a smaller dowel for the smaller ones. I'm not even exactly certain which size these were. We had dowels from our surplus, so I didn't take the time to look. We just got them cut out real quick. But since this is my pattern, and I mean, you could definitely try and create your own. So I got those, and then I'll do the small ones here. So I hope everyone's doing good tonight. Looks like we don't have anybody new that's joined in yet. We had a lot of people on last night. So also it's Friday night, isn't it? So people could be on dates. There could be all kinds of things going on. So maybe people can catch the replay. Okay, just two more and then I'll have this part done, but I've got a thought here on my kind of antiquing it and maybe even using the chalk stuff. So also I'm thinking maybe I've got it right here. I'll have to look and see if I have an ink that's brown. We'd have to blow dry it, but that wouldn't be a problem. You could have stained these dowels Or like I said, I have a wash that's kind of a stain. Just a teeny bit more. Okay. We'll check and see if we need to touch anything up here. So I'm going to put that excess back in the jar here. I don't like to waste stuff. And I'll set, this is, if you want to know what I use, this is this, and it says Tutorial beige on it. Let me get a wipe here for my hand. See, and that wipes up a lot like the chalk does when you do the chalk paste on here. So I'm gonna put my paintbrush inside this wipe so that it doesn't dry out on me, and I can get it cleaned out in a little while when we're done. Okay, so let me see here. I think I have a brown ink maybe. That would get some more chalk stuff in it. It'd be kind of fun to try. I got it. I actually have this is even a thought. I have these shimmery golds, and I think that one of those might be fun to kind of distress it with. There's the silver. So you could do just about anything. Let me use my heat gun here, or my blow dryer, and I will do it on low because they're still not quite dry. So that I can continue working with them, because I'll need them dry. These Teflon mats work great. You can get them online at like Amazon. They come in different packaging. They're just, you can get generic ones off of there. No special company. Okay, they just keep rolling towards me. So I want to grab another little paintbrush, and it's just right here by me. Let me grab that. I've got a couple of different kinds here, so let me just see what I can come up with that I might want to use here. Different angles, different. So, and we have our squeegee. But I think I'm going to try one of these inks here. And I'm trying to decide. So, they're both the Couture inks, and one is the shimmer gold and one is the copper. I'm kind of tending towards this copper one. So let me play with that, and we will see what we're going to do here with this. Of course, you always have to, brand new. I've never used these inks at all. I've never even tried the ink. They look a lot like the paste. Let me see if I can get that to rip off the rest of the way. And I'm going to take my squeegee. So the inks can be used on all kinds of fabrics. Can also be used on glass. I'm sure it could be used on plastic. Several things, different things like that. But some of these, like the gold colors, don't come in the paste. So then you have to use the inks for that. But everybody says they usually just use their dryer on it. So that's what we're going to play with here. I don't even know if I need to mix that because it looks like it has a good texture. I'm just going to lightly try and brush some on here. If you guys can see that, so it'll be just kind of in streaks all over it. That way it's not just in in the one spot either. It's kind of giving it a fun sparkle for Christmas. That will be good. I'll turn this over. Now one thing they said is this kind of stays a little more tacky maybe, so we'll find that out when we dry it. But I'm liking that a lot. So what I want to do, let me put this lid on it there for a minute. I'm going to dry each one as we do it. Let me put it on the lower setting so it's not quite so loud. And I can see I'm on a delay. That's usually the case here, because I'm able to watch from my one tablet and see the comments down below. Hello, Erica. Glad you're watching me tonight. Yeah, it's a fun product, Tanya. Another way some people are affording it is they buy the kit. The kit is $99. It comes with several transfers, several pastes. It comes with an apron, and sometimes they stay in, sometimes they change their mind and end up just buying the kit and doing what they can with the kit, and then you get a 50 off coupon, so you can buy other product in the beginning for 50 off, and then if you decide it's not something for you, you can always quit and move on and do something else. So that still works for some people. And so I have some of this on this little one, so I'm just gonna brush it on the little one. And if you've joined me, I don't know when Erica came on, but Erica, this is an ink. This is actually normally used on pillows or fabric stuff, but occasionally people use it on the other because they're the golds and the coppers. This one I'm using is called copper. Come in a different, they don't come in the other colors. It kind of feels the same, but I'm feeling kind of a little bit of tacky to it. That's what's making it ink. I'm sure it's got something else in it to give it the inking to it, and that inks kind of can be tacky. So, but we'll just blow dry them. I'll do these smaller ones and we'll turn the blow dryer back on. The other thing is, if you don't have a blow dryer or you have a heat gun, you can use a heat gun. I have that too. You just want to keep those away from your transfers, and if you're doing where you're pilling the transfer up and just wanting to get an area dry, you just have to pill it up enough and keep it out of the way of the transfer. because you don't want to melt your transfer. There's been a couple of gals post on their lives that they've actually melted in the beginning when they were learning. They melted their transfers a couple of times. So they've learned not to do that. Yeah, the inks are mostly, Erica, for fabrics, and you can also use them on glass products like mugs and that type of stuff. And depending on how long this live goes here, I'm thinking about doing either pillow or my dish towels after they're ready. It's just going to be a quick ink job on them and drying the ink. So that was kind of my thought. So I'm going to cover the ink. My hands do feel a little tacky. The one thing they mentioned with the inks is, especially when you're doing fabric, you got to wash your hands constantly because you don't want that ink on your towels or whatever fabric you're working with. So, but these alcohol wipes, or disinfectant wipes, I mean, they're not alcohol, but clean your hands right up. So now they don't feel so tacky. I'm going to try a little hotter for a minute, so it'll be a little noisier. Sorry, but I think it'll speed up our process a bit. Yeah, they're still just slightly tacky, but not too bad. It's almost more my hand now because my hand keeps touching that tacky stuff. Yeah, Erica, we're doing some reindeers tonight. You know I love to create patterns, and reindeers are a popular thing this season. And I saw some that I thought were cute, but I thought, oh, I could make them and make them way cute. So, and mine are different than theirs, but kind of just, you know, I've just seen a lot of different ones around. So I will be selling the kits with a deal. They will already be sewn, and I have some different colors there that you can pick from with what's left. If I have a lot of people wanting them and I need to sew some more, I could do that. I could make up another batch or something, but I'll sell these as a kit with some of the transfer and some paste. And I could maybe do sample paste in the ink here. I need to order some little containers. We sell the sample paste, but one thing is the sample things that I never got posted. I got everything ready for the deals and they didn't get posted yet, but I'll still honor them for a little while, so I'll get those up and posted hopefully tonight. I realized we must have been out of white in the sample, so I replaced that with black, but if people want the white, I can make up a sample for them. Or you can just buy the actual paints, or chalks, I mean, in the tubs. And then you just have what you want. And if I don't have your color in stock and you want me to order it, then you have to wait a little bit for me to get it and then ship your order out. Okay, so those, I'll put the dryer on those. I'm gonna shut my lid here. That gives a fun sparkle on that. I'll set that behind there. And I'll have to clean my thing out later. Hopefully just soap and water. It doesn't look like it's going to be too bad, so I'm going to leave that in my disinfectant wipe to clean up later. So let me turn the blow dryer on again for a minute, so bear with me, guys. The shimmer on this is really amazing. It's really pretty. I like it. There's been some comments that some people think the copper looks more like gold, or they like it better. Sorry, and I'm sure that's getting annoying, all this noise. This is where my heat gun might be better, but it's even louder. That's why I don't know that I really want to use the heat gun. Okay, we're gonna just set these aside. Let me clean my hands real good again. I'm going to set these off to the side and they can just kind of be drying for a minute while we go on to our next part of the steps here. So I don't know if many of you remember, but years and years ago, this is a long time ago, but I remember that saddle reindeer used to be a big thing. So I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but where they had a saddle that would go over the reindeer. So that's what I've created here, is a saddle. And I also have a little pom-pom trim that we're going to glue around here. After we ink these, we're going to ink these. And I have chosen, well, I was thinking, let me show you we have a couple of options here. So everybody tell me their vote with this. And it's going on this red shiny fabric. So we can either do the dots, or let me grab my houndstooth here. Or we can do another plaid, which is the houndstooth. So let's see if anybody's so are we having problems and people aren't seeing anything? Is it kind of frozen? I'll watch this for a minute and see. It looks like I'm froze up in the one corner. I'm going to grab my blue paste real quick. That should be right here while we figure this out. Do we still seem to be froze? I could always end it and come back. Okay, let me take the top video off of here for now. We'll do that solo. That'll get my top video off there. You won't have to, yeah, I still look froze. So I don't know what's going on there. We will just continue on then with what's going on. So I need opinions. What you think on, should we do the houndstooth or the dot? Well, and I did take it off and put it back up, but it's still not working right. We can try it one more time. You're just getting a frozen version. And if I do this other view, you're not going to get my head in right because of how it's angled. Though I could tip it up maybe like that, but you're going to see my hold on. Let me see if I can get, well, hold on, we got to go back here again. Leave that there and then go here. I can do it like that. That's kind of a side view of me a little bit. Does that work? So maybe it's better without my head in there. Who knows? So Tanya thinks the dots, that's originally what I thought. So I'm not getting any other opinions at the moment. So we will probably go with the dots. Let me check to see if I have one other color here. And that's the same. There's my midnight, which is actually the color that's in that. So we may do the dots in the midnight. Let's try it, because I have two sets of these here, I can always cut out another one. So we're going to try midnight and play with that. So we will, and sorry I'm shaking up the camera here. We will open this paste up. It's called Midnight Sky. Looks like it's way pretty underneath there. Yep, it's definitely a navy blue. That's way pretty. I have it all over my hands, as you can probably see that. That's the worst part of the paste in the beginning, is just getting this foil off of here. So as you can see, my hands are covered in blue now. I'm going to have to get a new wipe. So hold on, because I don't want my fabric to be saturated in blue. So and I'll have to grab a makeup spatula and stir that paste up. Yeah, it's a little bit like cake decorating. And I've mentioned this before, my favorite is cake batter consistency. But a lot of the gals like yogurt. But this one's really wet, so we'll see when I get it all mixed in there how it works. Yeah, and it's almost like icing too. It could be a thinner icing. Yeah, the consistency of this one isn't too bad, actually. Now, if you took this kit or buy this kit from me, I haven't cut any of the samples yet for the transfer that you would get, because you would get the polka dot. Or I could also give you the houndstooth. So you just have to comment which one you thought you would prefer to have. Okay, so I'm going to open my transfer. This is what the back side looks like. Let me put my lid on my paste for a minute. And the back side tells you polka dot pattern on it. So you know you could put it back in here. I have a portfolio thing that I'm keeping my stuff in. Or you can hang these on a hanger, like a pant hanger with the clips, and hang them up in your closet. That's another good way to store them. Okay, and I'm just gonna, normally I would cut this whole thing, take it apart, but since I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna peel it up. And I'm gonna lay my fabric on there. I've done this before and it actually will work. Because the other option is if you buy the whole thing, you might want it just a whole piece. Now when you get your piece, you'll just get enough for the big one, but it'll do the small too. But to save time, I'll just use this all the way across here. So I've got it smooth like that. I'm going to turn it over. If I still have my camera in view, I accidentally knocked my camera a bit. So that's just underneath there. And I've smoothed it like that. So then I'm gonna grab my squeegee and I'm gonna start putting it on. Now one thing is the fabric does tend to use up a little bit more. I could have used the inks, but I didn't want to take the time to heat set it, and they're not gonna, I've used this before on stuff and it works out just fine. So that's the plan, is just to use what I know works. And I'm just going to do the one, and then we're going to peel that up so it doesn't dry. I'm learning that you just don't want to leave it for very long. If you have any excess, you can definitely peel it off there, or put it back in your jar, I mean. So I'm just gonna peel this up. I see one spot there on one of them. We'll try again and just see if we can push just a little bit more on that one. Right here's a little spot. I'll push on that. It'll be fine. I'm just going to leave it because I can just touch that up right there like that. I'm going to be gluing the pom-pom trim on here anyway when we get this dry. So I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And we'll let that dry for a minute. We'll still have to probably put the blow dryer on it. And then I'll go in here and grab more, and I still could have had this just slightly thinner. For some reason I like it thinner. So we're getting this done. Is anybody else joined in? Hello, Annie. I am making some reindeers that I have made, and if you are part of my group and you like this project and you want to buy it already sewn up, all you have to do is buy the kit and then you just put it together. I'll have everything cut. I'll have the dowels cut. I'll have all the trim in there that you need. It'll just be a complete kit, but you'll be able to create it and say that you made it other than the sewing. So thanks for joining us. If you would like to like, share, and comment, that would be great too. When I start getting this going a little better, and get more people interested, I'm going to do a contest for a prize. So I haven't decided quite yet what I'm going to give or when I'll do that, but so be on the lookout for that. I also plan on getting my YouTube channel up and running. It's there, but I've got to get the videos transferred over to that. And I will be doing all kinds of craft videos. It won't just be Couture, because I'm into crafts big time. Crafts and sewing. Okay, so I think I've got that good enough that I can pull that off. Let me close my paste so that it doesn't dry out. If you're new to Couture, you want to always make certain your pastes are closed, and you mix them up with I don't know if you were on, but you mix them up with a makeup spatula or anything that you might have that's small that you can mix it with, but you add water to it. Distilled water is the best. You use a little spray bottle, and you add that to it until you get the consistency that you like. And you'll have to do that almost every time you open it because they thicken back up. Now normally this would have been cut. I would have taken it into the bathroom and then I'd wash that good. But since I didn't do it that way, we're not going to worry about that. But I'm going to wipe off, well, I'm just adding a little more blue there, but I'm wiping a couple of areas off. Let me get me a new wipe here that has no blue on it. But this will come off. It's on it, the shiny side. I've done this before and it hasn't hurt it any. So and that saves us some time at the moment. So, and see how it went all the way up there. So this can just take some of that off. This blue has a lot of pigment in it, a lot of dye. Yeah, but it's way pretty. So let me set this aside, decide where to put it so it doesn't get all over everything. And I'm gonna clean my fingers a bit still because they're covered in blue. But I'm gonna grab one more clean wipe. I don't know, maybe this is my longest live. I didn't realize it was that time already. So we'll probably just do this one tonight. So let's get our legs added. And on the bottom side here, and I'm just going to guess about where I think they need to go, but I'm just going to cut a tiny hole here. I want to be able to get my dowels, and I set those off to the side here. And they are a little tacky, but I don't think they're going to hurt anything. That's because I used this gold. Let me get these other scissors. They're might have to do kind of like a T. Poke a hole, but then do kind of a T shape where you can poke these in there. Oh, let me turn my glue gun on while we're cutting these. That'll be heating up. Yeah, it doesn't take long to heat up. And then we can get the small one ready too. So we're almost where we can put them in there. So let me get the little one. We'll do the same with this. Like I say, this will be my first time putting one of these together, so you guys will watch with me, and I'm just kind of guessing where the legs are going to go. Let me grab a couple of glue sticks here. I'll get the rest of my legs out here while that's heating up for a second longer. Okay, and yeah, those poke in there just fine. So, and I think you kind of want them to be in an angle when you glue it in there. me add another glue stick here. So what does everybody think of my black mat? Does it look better? Because I thought it would make things show up a little better. So see how those are at a V? Can you guys see that? I think that's exactly what I want. So we'll put the other two on and turn it over and hope that it stands up good. Good. I'm glad you like it, Eric. I just thought it might be better than my other, and it's a little maybe easier to see. Well, let's see what... Yeah, they're just going to have to spread out a bit. The other thing is maybe I need to... Well, we can decide that. It seems like it's holding. It's on this glass, so they're not going to be real heavy. So you'll just have to position them, but that's kind of the way the ones at the store were. And I think I'm going to poke these in a little further. Because I want these to really hold good. You can pull them together like that to see if you've got them pulled down in about the same. So I'll get this other side in. I'm out of glue again, so I'll grab a piece of glue. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but now they're so tall you can't hardly even see them. We'll have to lay them down, but I just want to make certain I've got them standing properly. And then this will be one you have to have a picture of. Okay, so let me lay him back down. Let me see if the these are still a little tacky. I'm going to set the reindeers aside. I'm going to grab my blow dryer and we're going to blow dry the little saddle on them. I'll just put it on high because of the time. We'll just get it dry faster. Sorry about the noise. Yeah, it's level. Oh, I lost my power in here. Hold on, everyone. I don't know if I've lost everybody or if you're still there. But I have no power. No lights. I can't even see what I'm doing. Well, it says I'm still live. Hold on, just, you're still here? Nobody can see me probably. Let me figure out what's going on with my power here. And I'm going to get up for a minute and see what's... Yeah, hopefully Randy's to the rescue because I don't know what's going on. There. I must have tripped a breaker or something. Sorry about that. Okay, so now I have my mini pom-poms. Let me grab the trim and we'll put some kind of a trim around it. And I didn't grab white. Maybe I could have, but I think I'm going to, for the color, I could have chose one of the others, but I'll probably just go ahead and use the red since the black's a little different and since this was just blue. So we'll just try the red pom-poms with mine tonight. But you guys can let me know, and I might have this in white. I forgot to look, and I'm getting some more colors coming in of a little bit bigger pom-poms, so, but let's just try the red on this one. I say you can tell me which color if you decide to get one of the kits, the colors you want in your kit. So yeah, I must have blew a breaker because for the lights, I must have popped the switch. So I don't know if there's a right and a wrong to this, so we'll just glue it on. And I'll probably start in the middle here. I thought about sewing it, but then I thought it would be hard to do the silk screen if I sewed it. Or I would have had that ready. I thought everything would go when the lights went. Yeah, this house has some problems. We know that. So I'm getting this glued around there. Another thing that would have been cute if you had a, and I don't have anything like that here, but if I can find something for tomorrow and decide to add it, you would see that. But even like a little blue rickrack to trim this with, or even maybe a blue little ribbon. So we'll see. It might get changed slightly when I think about it tomorrow, and if I decide to add anything else to it. Okay, so I'll cut this one. Let me find my scissors where they went. I got these ones, but I wanted my, oh, they're right here. Just have too much stuff. Okay, so there's one saddle ready. And then I'll put this around the other side of this other one. I didn't think this would be a very long, or this long. Sorry that it's taken so long. I should have had a few more steps prepared so you wasn't watching me do 2 of these. But today didn't work out that way. That was my original intent, was to have some more stuff ready. And I still need to get a picture of the ornaments, so I got those other pictures, and I've got the price figured out, so I'll get that posted before I go to bed, since I'm way past when I said I would post it for the day. So we was even gonna, sorry I'm being quiet for a minute, I was trying to think. We was even gonna maybe go out today, but we didn't end up doing that even. just mostly trying to figure out what I'm going to do here in my room so it's a little easier to do these lives and I can get to stuff that I might not have thought about. Well, that's good, Erica. Thanks. Because I've heard some people don't like long lives. So I guess there'll be those that do and those that don't. Okay, so I'm going to grab my reindeers, and then the saddles will go over the reindeer like that. Can you guys see that? So that was cute that I did the blue since I wanted to bring in the red. And yeah, and you'll just have to play with your legs and get your reindeer positioned how you want him. So, and it looks like I've got it. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see if that's half. Yeah, I do have it in half. So I'm going to leave it on there how I have it. And I'm just going to start putting some glue here. And we won't want it to go all the way down because then it would maybe show from the other side. So we'll just do like this section up in here with the glue. Tanya, what did you think of your Instapot? What did Cisco make with it? They've never had one, and that's what they got for Christmas. So I was just curious what they made. We did a ham and turkey in ours. It was a smaller turkey, but it took an hour. And the ham took, oh, that's good. Yeah, the ham took between 15 and 20 minutes, depends on what you're doing, but that's what the recipe said. I've tried one at 20 and the other one was 15, but I have a new cooker, the one like Tanya's, and I'm trying to figure it out a bit because the timing's a little different. Oh, that sounds good, Tanya, your chicken noodle soup. I've never tried that. Okay, so here's the other little reindeer. So we'll put some glue here. I probably should have just put it on the felt. I'm not thinking here, but if you do the felt, then you know how far to go, but it's okay. It worked out. But some people might not know how far out to go, so if you just do the felt, then you're good. So yep, so there's your little one. They're looking cute. Let me see if I can get it in the view of the camera better. Yeah, like I say, it's hard to show this because So, and I can lay it back down. So my next thought is, how about we put a cute wreath around the neck? So let me grab my wreath stuff here. I had a little one started. Now I don't even see where that went, but we've got plenty here. We'll just create a new one. And we're going to need a couple of different sizes anyway, because we're going to need, and you can just kind of figure out what you're going to need. That's probably good on that one. Let me get my wire cutters here. So I will probably go just around this twice. And then I'll clip it to where I can wire it. So and all this will be in the kit. Sorry, I'll get you back into view. I'm trying to see. Let me put that on the neck so you can just see, but we're going to be adding some other stuff to it. So let me stand him up. So definitely that works. So that'll be cute. And then we're going to add, well, let me make the other size real quick. What I think I'm going to need on this other one. So I didn't bring the reindeer back in because you still can't see a lot anyway, but I'm going to make it about like that. So it's a little bigger. I'll make certain that you get plenty of stuff to do your wreath with. So just kind of twisting it a bit. So there's that. Let me get this out of the way here. How about, I think I'm going to use this red twine stuff next. I have that in black too. I also have a tan color I could have used. See the tan? And then I'll show everybody the black so you could tell me which color you prefer on yours. Like the black and white one, you may want the black or you may want the cream. So I'm just going to kind of measure it and leave a little extra so we can wrap it around there. This should cut with my, wire cutters that I have there. So I'm just going to wrap it around. So when I get here, I'm just gonna tie a knot in it. We'll just let that hang like that. So let me get a piece for the little one. So that's the bigger one. We're still not done with it though. Just allow a little more. That was perfect. We'll just tie that too. Okay, now we have a couple of options here. So, oh, thanks, Erica. Oh, there's tons of recipes on Pinterest, so you'll probably not have a problem, Tanya. Oh, we had a couple of options. It looks like, I say, there's just so much stuff to get over here. Which I thought I had that one. Well, oh, it is here. But I think the red's a little different than my other red. So, then my option would have been to, I'll show you. This was just an idea. You could see this little white pom-pom. We could wrap that in there. I can trim a piece. We're just going to experiment. Sometimes you don't know till you experiment. And it might just be too much. But I have some little red berries. So we might just only go with the berries. The pom-pom stuff's really popular, but I think I'm just gonna, let's just try the berries. So here's my little red berries. You could use any kind of berries, but these are just little berries I've gotten. A lot of the stores have this stuff. And they've got them wired in there good, so I'm just going to pull a few out. And these are wired, so we actually could just twist them on there. Oh yeah, the berries will be cute. I don't know if you guys can see the berries very good. But I definitely like the berries. I just pulled that one out. Let me see if I can get it back in. Yeah. So it's definitely the berries. So, and that's good because you can, no hot glue, so your fingers don't get burned. Okay, so there's the one. So we have that part done. And I was thinking about adding a tag, so we'll see if we add the tag to it. Then I won't put another one on there. So let's get this one going. And we'll add probably 3 more. So I'm kind of just wrapping them over like twice and then twisting them on top here. So one more. So that's good. That's turned out really cute. So let's add I'm just going to put the little one in view. I don't know if you can see it. Let's perk these ears up a bit. Yeah, they're just so tall. Well, you can kind of see the small one. Okay, the other thing I want to do, well, let me grab the container here with the tags because I don't know if they're going to be too big. So there's different shapes here. Actually, let me get this other little shape. So here's the tags. They say Crafty Smith on them. We also sell tags, but we were out when I have stock, so that's why I bought some of these other ones. And that's pretty tight. I'm just gonna, although you could reuse that, I'm just gonna clip it. That way we can get our tag out of there. Yeah, the tag, well, it just depends. If you do the tag, I think it's going to have to be off to the side, which that might be fine too. Let's try those ones maybe. Oh, let me move this other out of the way. And we'll move our little reindeer to the back. And so you guys tell me what, I'm just going to use these little holiday mini icons. So, and I might just chalk in like the red just to make it And maybe we could use a little blue, because I've got the teal, so we could do the teal. So I've got the Joy, there's the mittens. I was thinking maybe about the snowflake would be cute, and the white even. Of course, we got the package, but I didn't think the package or the ho ho ho. And I'm missing the one. I had it earlier. Oh, there's the piece. So I was thinking either the piece and the Joy or the snowflake and the Joy, or either way. So everybody tell me what they think I should use. And we'll quickly do that part. And while your guys are, I'll wait a second while I'm looking for the comment. I'm going to grab my little bells down here that Randy brought to me. We even put the gold, because we did the gold on the stuff. So, and I'm not seeing any comments. I don't know if it's delayed or what's going on. So let's just do, well, one of the things I wanted to, I'll talk about this for a minute. Let's see if it'll even work. I wanted to take, we could even do the green maybe, because that would show up. I wanted to put a bell on the tail. And see if I can just use one of these little wires from here, since I don't see my wire. But that's okay, I'll put it back on. Maybe we'll leave the berries and the bell. So the red bell or the gold bell? Well, I don't have tiny bells in the gold. See, my thought was that they would be tiny. Hold on, we'll attach this and we can always take it back off if we don't like it. Okay, I don't know if can you guys see that there? I'm trying to get this one wire fixed though, it's kind of funky. hold on a minute. So there's, let me lay that down. Can you guys see that at all? Does that look funny, or what do you think? I think it's kind of cute. It just hangs. So, yeah, there is some in there. But I was trying to use the tiny ones on the little reindeer. And I don't think there was any little reddish gold ones in this other package. These are kind of a little bit reddish gold in some of this package. Can you? So we'll add this to the big one. We'll do a bigger one on the big reindeer. So I'm just pulling one side of the berry off. It's giving me something to wire these on here with. And then I'm just twisting it. So there's the little tail on those. And then let me get the wreath back on the head. You probably can't see that too well. You can see it a bit. So let me lay this down. So what do you think on the tags? Any comments? The joy, the peace, or the snowflake, or which ones? We'll do different ones. We're probably on a delay, so I'll wait and see if you say anything. Maybe Erica went to bed. She's got to work in the morning. Oh, we'll be done here shortly. I know it's been long. Okay, we'll do the snowflake on one. That's what I like too. And then what about the other one? What do you think? And my white, let's see where my white paste went. It's right here. Oh, good. I'm glad you're still here. I just didn't know if you were here or not. And I think I'm just going to hope we're just going to do this snowflake quick. So Hopefully I won't have to mix it. We mixed it yesterday and it's just a small image, so. Yeah, Randy goes to work, so I need to get this finished and wind up here. Or he just needs to go to bed and not worry about me. So I'll set that aside. We'll pull this up. And let me get my Q-tip. There's one little spot where I might not have had it. It's one thing that's nice about these Q-tips is they just can clean it right up. You can't even tell. So that's not bad. Can everybody see that? That's cute. So we'll do the snowflake on that one. So, joy or peace. And I think I'm going to ink in the blue. Any comments on which one? Actually, you know, the piece probably, well, yeah, the piece might not fit. Let's do the joy. I think the joy is going to fit better. We already have our white out, so we can put the white on it. While I have that out here. And then so I'm going to try the blue joy. Blue or red joy? What do you guys think? I got this teal that matches the other color. Because I have red here too, so this red or the teal for the joy. We know we're doing the joy, but somebody speak up and tell me what they think. Let's just do the red. I guess I'm going with, oh, you want the blue? Everybody wants blue. Okay. I thought maybe you guys would tell me red. Okay, we'll do the blue. Okay, and I'll get my lid on here. Let me make certain these are all screwed on real quick. We'll peel that up. Yeah, the blue is cute. So I'm just going to try and set it right here on my glass mat for a minute. Let me blow dry this blue one. It's still a little wet. And when I get my glitters, that would have been fun. I could have done the glitter on it. And I could ink back over it when I get the glitter and add the glitter. Yeah, so the white one's dry. So now which reindeer should I put which on? We're just going to hang them from the side here. So I'm just going to take a piece of this twine that we had. So maybe it doesn't matter which one goes where. I can always retie it if you guys tell me differently. I think I'm going to hot glue those two little strings together because they're not hanging down much, and they'll be underneath the tag. I just wasn't liking how they were sticking out there. Okay, let me grab the other one. I don't know if I ended up putting the snowflake on the small one. So I'll do the same with this one. I'm going to glue these two little pieces together. And then I'll take my twine you probably can't see this. I've got so much on the table here now. So we'll do another bow with this. I I'm going to stand him up so I can figure out where it needs to go here. Okay, so they're turning out cute. One thing we could still do is add I'm going to grab another bell. I could have, but I think I'll just hot glue it on there. So we'll add a bell to the top there on both of them. And then you can kind of decide where you want it hanging from. So let's see if you guys can see that with the bell. Let me lay it back down. Too much in the way here. So there's the reindeer with the bell. So that's cute. I'll get a picture tomorrow and let me put the bell, a little bell on the little one. Now one last thing before I let you go. Let me see if my blush is here. Let me grab a different round brush. See if I've got a little round brush. So I've just got this little round brush. I'm just using regular blush here. And I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to use. But I'm going to put a little blush on the cheeks. We might end up mixing them both. We'll see how or if it shows up, because it might show up better on the others even because of the fabric, but no, it's working. Can you see that? And then I'll do the other side, and then I'm going to put some blush up in those ears. So yeah, you could use any color that you have. If you buy the kit, just use something that you wear. So there's that reindeer. Can you see that? That added a little color to the face. And got a little color on his ears. Or her ears. And then I'll put her to the back. I'm adding some more just on these other two ears, and then we'll be done, and I'll get a picture tomorrow and post the post the picture of it. And I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Sorry we had a blackout and that the video's been so long. I didn't think it would take this long to put this together. So let me turn it this way so you can see a last view of it. Like I said, we'll get pictures for tomorrow. And Erica, if you didn't see the different colors, it's kind of buried, but check in the beginning of the video if you don't want to watch the whole thing, and you'll be able to see the different colors I have. So I'm glad everybody came on and watched me in this live. It was fun putting these together. It'll be fun to decorate with these. I'll get them on a setting, and they turned out really cute. If you can see them together, they're adorable. So I'm excited to put them out, and I'll get a cute picture with them so you can see them in the morning. So remember to subscribe and share and like, and appreciate all of you joining me tonight, and thanks so much for watching. Appreciate all of you, and have a good night.